Reverend Johnson brought to my attention that someone asked him, what is the significance of it other than just being an old building? The name itself, E.A. Ware, Edmund Asa Ware, was the first president of Atlanta University. When Atlanta University started, it was not a university. Guess what? It was an elementary school. That's how it started. Back in 1920, 21, the Reverend A.D. Williams, who was Dr. Martin Luther King's grandfather, and other community persons lobbied to have 5 or 6 public schools. There were schools in Atlanta already. We already had Laboratory High on the campus at Spelman. We had the Bryan Institute on Auburn Avenue. Dr. Peter James Bryan, who was the pastor of Wheat Street Church, he and his wife, Sylvia, who happened to have been my great aunt, had a school in the 4th Ward area. The school itself is significant to us in that it is among the 5 first public schools in the city of Atlanta. That was the first public elementary school in Atlanta. There are any number of people who are still living. And I get very passionate about it when I think about our history. Dr. Ware is buried on the campus. The big rock on the campus at Morris Brown College is his grave. He was from New England, and for those persons who may not know it, that may think that this is just a black issue, he was European. Sent to Atlanta by the Freedmen's Bureau and the American Missionary Association to open those schools and to work along with those persons who were already doing it. Dr. King, I live next door to where Dr. King lived on Sunset. He moved to that area. The area did not become the beloved community when Dr. King moved there. It was the beloved community back at the turn of the last century because it was an experiment of all races of people coming together for the benefit of African Americans in that community. So not only is it African American history, it is also Atlanta history that is being destroyed. Buildings tell stories. Buildings are markers. How can we tell our story if we're going to tear everything down that says that we've even been here? If we remove every name of historical places in this city, how will we ever say to the future generation that I was against changing the names of some of the streets that were changed? Because when you set the precedent of changing names, if you change it once, you can change it again. And that's what's happening. We've sat back and allowed this to happen, and on this one, I am happy to say that we are united. There is no division among us in the community as to where we stand as far as the significance of saving E.A. Ware / Jordan Hall. Who was Frederick Douglass Jordan? He was one of the bishops of the African Methodist Episcopal Church and was named that, given that designation because of his significance in raising money for Morris Brown College. And I leave you by saying, if we can find the money to build a $23 million bridge that we don't need. For 20 years, those who have gone to the games have crossed Northside Drive
That's right.
to go to the football games and other activities. But all of a sudden now,
We need a bridge.
we need a bridge. Who is it for? Why is it being placed there? Is it because you don't want to, the locals to interfere with maybe persons who are not comfortable with being in their presence going to the game? I have serious questions about the whole thing. But finally, we need to look at what is really going on here and what is really happening. If we allow this to happen, I came down Martin Luther King some months ago and looked at that stadium the way that it's being built. And I said to myself, that's the worst piece of feng shui